Well, hello everyone, and welcome back for another conversation here. Today, I guess I wanted to talk about something more personal development again, or self-help, or whatever you want to call it, because the struggle is real, and I guess we all need to try to, I don't know, stick together in that and do our best. And I guess I'm sitting here, and what I'm going to talk about is ego backlash. I think as we try to get better at being ourselves, as we try to change, there's something within us that seems to want to fight that. And it makes sense. We've talked about this a little bit before about how our minds kind of want to keep us in a state of equilibrium, like the comfort and things that we know is useful. And by staying in our lane, so to speak, our mind is free to enjoy that. But when we step outside that and we try to change and we try to become I don't know, something different than what we've been, or we try to do new things, we sometimes have this phenomenon where something with that will happen, or our minds will, I don't know, like to me sometimes it even feels like my mind's just attacking me, like it's outright unsettled by what it is that I'm doing. Like it becomes fear, or it becomes panic, or it becomes so many other things that really, really, really entice me to stop what I'm doing, or to stop trying to change. And I guess I bring this up because as I'm sitting here developing a new life, I don't know, a month or more into trying to get a YouTube video out a day. And as my goal right now, I'm trying to develop my skills. I'm trying to get better. I'm hopefully getting, more concise and less mumbly and all kinds of, I hope I'm improving. It looks like I'm improving. I watch all my videos to see how they go. And I'm getting to this point to where, man, I'm starting to have all of these very weird and almost irrational thoughts. Like, what if I can't keep coming up with ideas to talk about? What if I start becoming redundant? What if I start talking about the same things over and over? What if people out there see me? What if it destroys my life because somebody in my life sees the video and creates a problem? Or like, I have so many fears, and it all seems pretty irrational. I mean, could somebody I know come and try to, I don't know, come at me? I guess that's probably the least irrational of my fears, but I just, what are they gonna come for? I got nothing. Come at me. I guess you wanna come at me, make your statement, and I don't know, try to make my life hard. Fine. I don't know. My life's hard enough. I guess I'll deal with that if it happens. But I guess I just wanted to talk about it. I guess, and I don't want to complain about it. Like, to me, like I've been trying to develop as a person for long enough that when I get here, sometimes it's really hard. Like there was a day a couple weeks ago where I literally spent like the whole day in bed, just really, really, really distraught at how uncomfortable I was feeling. And I'm a huge believer that those feelings need a place to reside, just like ego backlash needs a place to reside. We have a part of us that knows what we are, a part of us that knows what our daily life is. And when we change that, it fights it for good reason, because we've survived so long with what we've known that new experience has risk. And our mind is, at least this is what I believe the evolutionary function of this part of our mind is to keep us from like going and doing something dangerous. But it's also interesting, right? Like how much easier it is to change. Like there's an old movie, the day the world stood still, and interesting movie. Aliens come invade the world. They're basically trying to keep man from destroying the planet, and so they're basically like getting ready, preparing to destroy mankind is what they're kind of there for, because they don't want mankind to destroy a living planet. And throughout this, they convince the aliens to not actually destroy them and give them a chance to change. And the statement comes up that on the precipice we change. That statement comes up in that movie. And it's fascinating because I was pushed into this change because I'm watching tyranny rise. And It no longer seemed safe to sit at home. And so the fear of doing nothing became larger than the fear of change. But that doesn't mean that as I go through this, there isn't that change fear going on. And I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know that I have a real point with this. I guess mostly I got on because I see it as a sign of growth. When the mind starts fighting your deliberate actions to change into a different person, that means you're probably doing something effective enough to warrant a part of your mind trying to enact like a security protocol. Like you're setting off alarms in yourself by changing so much. And it's hard, but I think it's a good sign. I think it's one of those things that means that you're changing to the degree that even you are seeing it at some subconscious or underlying level. The beliefs that you have are changing to a point that your mind becomes stressed. And I don't see that as a negative. It's hard. It can lead one to want to quit or give up. I've certainly had such thoughts. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm definitely not there yet. But we have to deal with these fears and we have to deal with that. So I guess my message is simply that if you're the kind of person that wants to change, remember the days are going to get hard sometimes. And sometimes our mind's going to attack us. And it's important to remember that sometimes the way that we see the world is kind of illusory, right? Like our mind might be upset that we're changing. It might be threatening us with fears that are imagined. Or maybe there's a shred of truth in it, right? Like, because I do think that there's an evolutionary reason to resist change. But there's a limit to how far that goes. And when we aren't in a happy and healthy situation, what choice do we have? Do we stay in the unhappy and unhealthy situation, or do we find a way to change? Do we find a way to overcome our own mind finding us? Do we want, like, this is another thing, like, I think this is what some people call self-destructive behavior. If we can't learn to deal with the mind's fighting back, the ego backlash, this part of us that wants to fight back against change, if we can't manage that, then I think that's where we get into where we hear psychologists talking about self-destructive behavior, right? If I'm changing and I'm doing things to make things better, and then I get to the point to where that gets too hard and I quit, well, that's self-defeating. It's not that I failed, it's that I quit. And my own mind made me do it with its own internal process. And I think that that's the thing that we really need to examine. And I think that's the thing that we really need to work on. And so I just want to encourage anybody that is trying to be better. I don't want to say enjoy your hardships, but it's worth appreciating that they're there. It's worth appreciating that you're changing enough to have the hardships that go with it. It's worth appreciating that your future is going to be different than it is today. It's worth appreciating that if you develop the ability to change, if you develop the ability to stand and confront ego backlash, then you too can change. And how far can that go? How much can you make your life better? How much can you improve yourself by simply believing in yourself? And these are all the questions I have to say today. So I guess I'm getting on here to encourage myself as much as anybody else out there dealing with it. Keep up the good work. Keep changing. Do better. It's worth it. And with that, be well.